Make sure your props are handy. If you have your blocks or your strap, your blankets, your pillows, whatever it is, just make sure that they are nearby. I'm just taking a few moments to let your body temple meet the earth. Keeping the eyes closed, just scan your body for a moment. And just notice if there's anywhere you might be gripping or holding, anywhere that might feel as if there's a tightness. And this ebb and flow of breath, of prana. We see it with the exchange of the inhalation and the exhalation, mutual reciprocity, the giving and receiving. And when we're out of balance, whether within our subtle energy field or our physical body, even our mental, emotional well-being, when one part has either received too much, there's an imbalance. It's kind of like we've eaten too much food and we want that dessert, but we can't really have the dessert because we've eaten too much food, right? We feel that discomfort, that misalignment. And the same thing happens when we overgive, right? We feel a depletion. So we're constantly in this duality of giving and receiving, of balancing the mutual exchange. And it starts with the very breath. So keeping the eyes closed and just letting your body just be in whichever shape it needs to be right now, whether that's legs extended in Shavasana, if your feet are on the ground with the knees up to the ceiling, that's totally fine too. But see if you can pay attention to whether or not you're moving or creating different shapes based on what I've said. And just let your physical anatomy in this moment be the lead, the pilot. And then scan your body. Scan your body and see if you can, on your inhalation, get your inhalation all the way down to your toes. Almost as if you're breathing into your toes. On your exhalation, let your very breath now move from the soles of your feet, from the top of your crown, almost as if there's a vacuum that's happening. As you exhale, slowly let your body depreciate back into the ground. On your inhalation, let your belly rise. Invite new life, prana, life force. The mutual exchange, receive the breath. On your exhalation, slowly release anything that might be in there as residue. Again, using the visualizations of the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels, the top of the crown. And do that one more time. And this time, place your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. It's taking a moment here to receive from the earth. The earth nourishes us, provides our basic needs, water, food, shelter, clothing, connections. Everything comes from here. And taking an Om on your back, you can join me or simply receive. Let's take a deep breath to inhale. Om. Just notice how that feels to let your back body vibrate into the earth. And then slowly let your feet start to circle. You can keep your hands on your body if you'd like. Just circling your feet and your toes, your ankles in one direction. No rush at all. And circling in the opposite direction. And then do the same thing. You can just lightly lift your hands off of your belly, off of your heart, and just circle your hands one way. Might even move your fingers, stretching them. Move your wrist the opposite way. And then reach the arms up overhead. Stretch one side longer than the other. As if you're in bed, I want you to start to get used to inviting this mindfulness, which is different from meditation. Mindfulness means your mind is actually actively involved. And we train the mind in mindfulness to focus on one point. So focusing right now on just stretching the breath, raising the arms up overhead, making one side longer than the other. Go ahead and let that feel delicious in your body. Go ahead and draw both knees now to your chest. We'll place a block in between the thighs today. If you don't have a block, you can always use a pillow. Take your knees over to the left side. Stacking both of your knees. The block helps to keep the knees aligned. And then peek over at your shoulders, your hips, making sure that they're in one line. You can use your left hand on the outside of that right thigh. Gently open up that right side shoulder, right elbow, right side rib cage. And if it feels good for you, practice keeping the eyes closed here. When we close our eyes, 80% of our perception comes back into ourselves. We establish what we call intimacy, into me, see. The eyes are usually known as the windows to the soul, so when we close our eyes, we get a chance to look inside of ourselves, of what's really there. Take a smooth breath here to inhale. And very slowly draw your knees back to your chest first, so using a little bit of abdominal strength here. You can keep your feet on the ground if you'd like and move your hips over. Come back to center and then swing your hips the opposite way. Draw your knees now over to the right side. Feel free to keep that right hand to the outside of your left thigh, softening that left side elbow. And then pause. Let your body start to open up on this side, scanning the armpits, the biceps, the shoulders. Not wanting to rush ahead and make one side better than the other or avoid. See if you can breathe fully here into the chest, into the armpit, into the rib cage, into the belly. When we start to breathe into the belly, it brings us back to that place of when we were children, babies, to be exact. And it automatically starts to re-regulate our nervous system by slowing things down. See if you can stretch the breath here and breathe into your belly. Let your belly expand one more time. Exhale, draw your knees to your chest. Take your time. Let that happen on your next exhalation. We're going to draw the hips down, lift your pelvis up, and this time we're going to slide the block underneath the sacrum. So you can do that by placing it on the lowest level. I wouldn't recommend going any higher. And then slowly keep your feet on the ground. You can walk your knees a little bit in front, but not at the point of if there's any discomfort in the back. Let's go ahead and extend that right leg in front of you. Keep rolling the right inner thigh in. And then go ahead and extend that left heel. Keep working the inner thighs in towards one another. And if that extending one leg is too much, you can always come back to a place where just the low back is supported and you're feeling these very long muscles, the psoas that runs very deep here, the quadratus lumborum wraps around. So just feeling these very deep internal muscles lengthen. Again, if it starts to feel like it's too much, or if another place of your body is compromising, it's a sign you've gone too far. Slowly start to walk your right leg in. Start to walk your left leg in. Draw both knees over your chest and extend your legs up to the ceiling, Viparita Karani. Stretch breath here as you peel the toes back towards you. Great place for you to notice your feet. And notice if by any chance you happen to be rolling out on the outer toes. Can you flex your feet so much that your heels are scrubbing the ceiling? And then slowly bend your knees to your chest, bring your feet down to the earth. Lift your hips, press your triceps down. Slide your block out from underneath you. And then draw your knees in, hug your knees. Go ahead and make circles one way. It's getting some synovial fluid into the hip joints. You can move your hips the opposite way. Cross at the ankles and slowly use momentum here to either rock yourself forward and back to a comfortable seat, or you can roll over to one side. As you come up, we'll take a few seated cat-cows here. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, extend your heart up. Exhale, draw your navel into the spine, round your spine. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, listening for the sound sa on the inhalation. The sound of pure intelligence. Exhale, hum. Feeling that distribute into every cell of your body, your joints become spacious. Move like this a few times on your own. No rush, nowhere to get. We'll start to stir the pot here. So you'll move your rib cage, moving from the right side to the front, letting your heart lead. To the left side, back into the sits bones where you rock back, separate the shoulder blades. Do this again, moving to the right, center, left. Almost as if your spine is like a spoon and you're scraping the sides of a big pot. And then move the opposite way. Come back to center. Pause here for a moment. Stretch the arms around and up. Inhale. And then press the palms down the midline of the body. Sitting up nice and tall, just feeling a little bit more fluidity within your rib cage. Circle the arms around and up again. Exhale, draw the hands down the midline of the body. Use your full inhalation here. No rush at all to circle the arms around and up. And this time, interlace your fingers, stretch your palms high, root your tailbone down. Take a gentle twist over to the right side. Right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Grow the spine long on the inhalation. Wrap your ribs around the axis of your spine on the exhalation. And stretch breath here. Finding those places that we can soften into rather than forcing, rather than pushing. Unwind the arms, bring the biceps long by the ears one more time. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms high, root your tailbone down. Take a twist over to the left side. This time, backstroke left hand behind you. Grow the spine long. Exhale, wrap your ribs around the axis of the spine. Take a smooth breath here. And a smooth breath out on the exhale. Come back to center, unwind the arms, float the biceps long by the ears. Press the palms down the midline of the body. Draw your chin towards your chest, and let's come up onto hands and knees. Draw your hands directly under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, broaden across the chest and collarbone, almost as if you can feel the skin of your belly, just as we would in baby cobra, peeling all the way up through your throat to your forehead. Exhale, draw your navel into your spine, push the ground away, resist. Inhale, opening up to light, radiance, magnetism, pure source. Breathing out, hum, distribution of that intelligence, feeling your joints spacious. And just simply finding the pleasure of the breath today. That's all. No number, no time, nowhere to get. Next time you come to neutral spine, tuck your toes, walk your hands a little bit in front of your shoulders, and with resistance, take your hips up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal your heels out here. Shake your head from side to side, up and down. Maybe even trill your lips. And on your next inhalation, take your right leg straight up and back, all 5 toes like you're pushing into a wall. On your exhalation, step that right foot forward, help it up. Bring your hands towards your blocks. Lengthen your front leg today. Step your back foot up about 6 inches and place it in line with your left hip. So walk it a little left off of center. Grow your spine long on the inhalation. Exhale, pour forward, deepening over your right leg as best as you can. Anchor your weight into that back heel. And then notice the sensation that you might be feeling here. Releasing the back of the head, the back of the neck. Keep drawing your right hip back and your left hip forward. And again, just start to notice if your weight is more forward on the right leg, that front plane of the body. See if you can anchor the weight so that you're balancing in center and that the back of the left knee and the back of the right leg are also engaged. And as if you could feel a waterfall or light just gently massaging the backs of the thighs, the backs of the legs. Take a smooth breath here. And on your exhalation, bend your right knee. Place your blocks in your hands. Step forward to a flat back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, pour forward over your thigh bones. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Let's pause here for a moment. Hopefully your strap is handy if you need it. Anchor your feet. Roll your shoulder blades in. You can use your strap or clasp your palms.
As you work your shoulder blades in, keep a generous bend on your thighs here. Back body supporting the front plane, and nod your head yes. Then nod your head side to side. Switch the crossing of the arms by moving one finger over. And then release your hands. Press into the earth. Draw the energy up from the soles of the feet. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your palms face forward. Let your head, your neck, your chest arrive. Just stand in your power here. Circle the arms around and up. Inhale, urdhva. Exhale, press your palms down the midline of your body and fold forward, standing forward, fold. Just finding pleasure in the breath here. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, press your palms, and let's step back one leg at a time, no rush. Take your hips up and back, downward facing. From downward facing dog, lift your heels, wave through your spine. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Pause here. With or without your knees, you're going to slowly resist. Lower all the way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Belly to the earth. We'll move here into Cobra. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Back of the neck is long. Shake your head. Exhale, release. Lift your hands, lift your heart. Stretch the breath. Exhale, release. Upward facing dog or cobra, depending on where your body is in this moment. Always softening into where we need to be. Release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes in with resistance. Use the full exhalation here to press back through plank or modified plank. And then come through your down dog as if you're moving through water. One step at a time. One movement at a time. Pedal your heels out. Shake your head side to side. And let's take that left leg straight up and back. Inhale. All 5 toes like you're pushing into a wall. Exhale, step it forward, help it up. Right in between the hands. Find your blocks, lift your back hip, lift and lengthen your front leg. And then step that back foot up about 6 inches outside of your right hip. All 10 toes face forward, anchor into your back heel, grow your spine long. Exhale, deepen forward as you pour forward over your left thigh. And then release the neck, your head. Relax your tongue. Where can you find pleasure in this moment? Maybe on this side, it might be your tighter side, might feel some sensation here, might feel some emotion here, might have something coming up, releasing from the back body. Back body is where the unconscious resides. When you shed light into spaces that may be unconscious, we bring the unconscious conscious. Pause here for a moment. Take a smooth breath to inhale. See if there's anywhere else you can soften in and let that light or that waterfall wash away anywhere that's feeling like it's restricted or limited. And then step your back foot forward. Help it up. Grow the spine long. Hands to blocks here. Exhale, deepen forward over your thighs. Uttanasana. And then very slowly interlace your fingers. Use your strap if you need. If the palms don't touch, it's a sign to use a prop. And that just might be because you might have tennis elbow like I do. You might have a shoulder impingement, right? So using the props doesn't get us further. It's not about further. It's about where can I breathe easily in my body and understand the mechanics of my unique anatomy. Release the hands down. put a little bend in your knees. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head arrive last. And then let your palms face forward. Samasthiti. Push down to rise up. Circle the arms around and up. Inhale. Exhale, standing forward fold. Uttanasana. Belly towards the earth. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees. Step left leg way back. Step your right leg way back. Pause in your plank. Walk the inner arches of your feet together and slowly, with resistance, lower all the way down. You can do this with or without your knees. Slow chaturanga. Pause here. Lift your heart. Keep the eyes soft. Work the shoulder blades in. Exhale, release. We'll lift the hands, we'll lift the heart. Roll your shoulder blades in. Lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, release. Feet as wide as your mat. Keep pulling your chest forward as you walk your fingers back. Lift the heart, lift the gaze, either moving into cobra or upward facing dog. Your choice. And then slowly release. We're going to pause here for a moment. Make a little pillow with your hands and go ahead and windshield wiper your legs. And then very slowly, bring your knees underneath you. Press your hands back. Push back into child's pose. So use your full strength here to push your arms back. Let your big toes touch. Belly in between your legs. Let your forehead come down to the earth. Walk your fingers forward. Biceps long by the ears. Stretch the breath here. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your shoulders stack over your hips. We're going to get into the side body today. So go ahead and grab your bolster or 2 bed pillows if you'd like. We'll set a block underneath on the second highest level. And then you're going to bring your right hip flush against this bolster. So just peek down and make sure it's not your shin bone. That tends to happen a lot. Want to make sure that right hip is snug against and that your right knee is in line. We'll grow the spine long here. Inhale, draw the arms straight up. Exhale, a little twist over to that right side. Let your hands float down. And then grow the spine, pour forward. So there's a lengthening and a revolving. A lengthening and revolve. Lengthen, rotate. And you want to ease your way into this because it's almost as if you're lifting out of your pelvis and finding that rotation for you. Once you arrive, feel free to place one cheek if that feels good for you, to one side. Let your shoulders and your arm bones straddle your bolster and pillows. And if it feels good for you, close the eyes. You might feel some sensation opening up on that left outer hip. Can you come back to the breath? Keeping the eyes closed, can you let your body breathe through the belly and from the belly?
going into yin poses helps to stimulate the lunar or the feminine line of energy, receptivity, ease, flow, creativity, expression. And when we go into restorative poses, such as this, they help to restore the nervous system. So different styles of yoga and different styles, the science behind them is integral to restoring balance and maintaining alignment. Whether or not we are consciously aligned or aware, it might feel as if doing nothing might be wasting time. But I assure you, these very deep poses, these very generously nourishing poses, help to maintain the equilibrium within us so we're not anxious and we're not depressed. Anxiety is a state of the mind in which we are living in the future. Worry. And depression is a state of the mind that we are living in the past. Fear. And the practice of yoga and the focus of the breath, that mindful tool. Again, your mind is full of one focus, focusing on the breath, which in this case would be on the belly. So let your mind be full of focus only on your belly breath. You can use the count of 11 if for any reason your mind likes to hijack whatever situation you're in. You can learn to train your mind by saying, okay, 11 inhales, 11 exhales. If you lose your count, you can always come back to 11. When we slow things down, when we rest, we get to restore. Hence, restorative. Restoring the equilibrium within your nervous system. Slowly, if your cheek is to one side, draw your forehead to your bolster, pillows, and paws. This helps to neutralize the back of the neck. Slowly use your hands underneath your shoulders to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Bring your right fingertips out to the side. Reach your left arm long by the ear. Open up the side body, moving away from your pillow and your bolsters. And just come to a place where you can stay here. If that 11 works for you, I want you to visualize and picture 11 inhalations with the belly moving out, 11 back in. Slowly let that left hand come down. Sorry, that right hand come down. You'll turn to face the back. Pause for a moment here. So let your low back and your buttocks flush against your bolster. Place your hand on your shin bones and just lift your heart, lift your gaze without sticking the ribs out. Just shifting your drishti. Let your head come back to center. This helps to realign the spine. And then luckily you'll have it a little easier. I won't face this way, I'll turn completely, but you're gonna turn completely to the left side. I'll do it here so you can watch. And this time your left shin bone, sorry, your left hip bone, not your shin bone, will be flush against your bolster. And we'll float the arms long. Peek up, making sure that that knee's in line with your hip. Take a gentle twist over to that left side. And then let the arms float down. Grow your spine long. And then slowly, steadily, easefully, start to walk yourself forward. So you're lifting and rotating. Little lift, a little rotation. Take your time with this to really maximize the benefits of restorative poses. It's important for us to set ourselves up for success. And then again, if it feels comfortable for you, you'll place one cheek. If it doesn't feel comfortable, rest your forehead. And then see if you can let your entire heart, your chest, your shoulders be held, be received by the pillow or the bolster. Draw your awareness to your breath in your belly in this moment. Now that your body has had a few moments to acclimate to this shape, see if you can keep your eyes closed and focus on 11 inhalations, letting your belly push out. 11 inhale, 11 to exhale. Notice and scan if this side of your body might feel more tight, more constricted. And see if you can let your exhalations gently massage any place that might be compounded. Take a deep breath to inhale. Let your belly push out. And on your inhalation, slowly let your forehead come back to your bolster or pillow. Walk your hands under your shoulders and slowly start to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Just let your spine realign. It's a deep opener. And then we'll walk our right fingertips over left arm long by the ear. Stretch the side body here that's opening up. You want to give a little resistance with this hand so that the ribs, the side body, the hips, everything opens. Slowly draw that right hand back down. We'll swing our legs around. And we'll keep the same straddle here. We'll go into a straddle, actually. Keep the same setup, rather. If you have a few bolsters or a few extra blocks or something that can maybe bring this a little higher to you or reinforce, I would highly recommend. But you're going to slowly, your feet don't have to be wide, they can be as narrow as you need. It just feels more comfortable for me that way with my hips. You're going to lift your spine, and then if you need another blanket or a pillow or something here, you can always rest your head, but I want you to peek up. Notice that there's no pressure. I'm not pushing. I'm just kind of maintaining a straight spine here. And I'm focusing on rolling my thigh bones back. So this is twofold. This is really important to train our thighs to roll back so the feet don't flop. There's energy within the feet. The ankle bones are strengthened. Our sits bones are plugged in, but more importantly, we're focusing on rolling the thighs back, because when we're in standing postures such as Warrior Two, we want to make sure that that knee to ankle alignment is really celebrated and you're not working towards injury. The second part is to make sure the spine is neutral like a gateway. Some of you may not need this block. And again, this has nothing to do with goals, right? We've got to get away from what things need to look like. Social media is wonderful for the compare and contrast and the high rates of depression. So how do we eradicate that? By dropping into what is it that feels good for my body, that I'm still flexing my feet, rolling my thighs, and supporting my chest. If it feels good, forehead or one cheek. And I'll cue you to move your cheek. It's a really beautiful way to practice Pasarita Padottanasana, which is fan pose when we stand. And to really learn the mechanics of the body while you're seated is super important because it lends a different layering. So let yourself now receive. Let your sacrum be heavy. See if you can drop your tongue to the bottom half of your mouth. And if there's any rounding in the upper back, in the low back, in the mid back, if you can feel, even if you are inclined to round your shoulders, and that can be from any shoulder impingements, it can be an anatomical issue. It can also be lack of self-confidence. Right, so that's subtle. We don't see confidence, but we know it's there. It manifests in how we hold ourselves and our bodies. See if you can lift your heart towards your bolster or your pillow if you're there. Lead with the heart. We'll stay for a few more moments here. 11 breaths to be exact if you want the number. Draw your forehead back to your mat if it's not already there. That's if one cheek was to one side. And then place the opposite cheek. If your forehead is neutral, just go ahead and keep it neutral. And see if you can drop your tongue to the bottom half of your mouth. This induces the state of relaxation. And just check in, see if you can feel without looking with the eyes. So feeling with the sensation within you, your intuition, your guidance. See if you can roll those thighs back.
See if you can flex your feet so your heels almost come off of the earth. So there's activation happening with the thighs rolling back. That sacrum is lengthening. The jaw is at ease. You are fully relaxed. Draw your forehead back to center. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time and just notice how that feels in your nervous system. Bring your legs around. We're going to come up to a comfortable seat. Now that your body, we've just done what we call pre-meditative asana. A little opening for the body. We're now going to go into some breath work. So let's take the right hand, index finger and middle finger, root down. We'll close and block our right nostril. And breathe into the left nostril. Close and block your left nostril, and you want to press your hands right underneath where the cartilage and the bone begins. Exhale out through the right. Inhale through the right. Close and block right underneath the cartilage, where cartilage and bone meet. Exhale out through the left. Inhale left. Looking for the ratio 1, 1, 1. 1 count to inhale, 1 count to pause, 1 count to exhale. Once you have that, you can start to stretch the breath to 1, 4, 2. 1 count to inhale. 4 times the amount to hold the breath. Gentle retention. Exhale out. Half the amount. So if you're inhaling for 4 counts, you'll hold and retain. Gently for 16, you'll exhale for 8. As you're holding this retention, I want you to visualize almost as if you can feel or see the prana in your mind's eye, like tiny little lightning bolts or electrical waves stimulating your brain. Next time you exhale through the left nostril, float your right hand on top of your right hand on top of your right knee. Left hand should already be there. And keeping the eyes closed, draw your awareness to a ball of light at the base of your spine. As you inhale, feel that light move from your tailbone to your midbrain. As you exhale, feel that light move from your midbrain right back down to your tailbone. Breathing in, feel your spine light up. That ball moves from base to crown. Breathing out, your spine lights up, feeling that light from crown to base. Inhale, listening, you'll hear hum, ball of light moving from base to crown. Breathing out, you'll hear sa, light moving from crown to base. Inhale, hum.
Exhale, sa. Hum, up. Sa, down. And this kriya, this technique, is used to floss our consciousness, to bring our consciousness back into a clean, pure state, unfiltered, in direct contact with Brahman, pure source, pure intelligence. Hum, sa. If you'd like to stay for a few moments in a seated meditation, you can let your eyes roll back into their sockets and drop your tongue to the bottom half of your mouth. Let your mind now be empty. Let go of the kriya. Let your brain start to stop. Eventually, without forcing, without trying to make it happen, because there's no effort involved, you'll begin to see light, jyoti. Once that light appears, you don't have to do anything for it. It just comes to you. Because you're aligning yourself to receive this light, to be the light. I'll be quiet for a few more moments. If your mind starts to wander, use the mantra Mang to bring your mind back. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and slide it behind the upper teeth. Bring your palms to your heart center and feel a little brisk rub against both hands. Pull your palms apart and feel this heat turn into radiance, magnetism. Pull it a little further apart and you can shape and morph and form. Take the heat from your hands, cover your eyes, cover your brain. Bringing tejas, your own healing, your own heat. You have the ability to create illness or wellness. You are your own healer. Taking the heat from your hands, move it around your brain. Bring heat and healing to all of the parts of your brain lobe, brain hemispheres. Press your palms around the back of your neck and down the tops of your shoulders. And placing your thumbs right at the brow center. It's welcoming back pure intelligence, pure insight, inspiration. Place your hands over your throat, one hand over the other. Just welcoming back communication, boundaries, how you express yourself. Place your hands over your heart. It's feeling love for no reason. Just let it fill you up. Draw your chin to your chest, half blink your eyes open. And let's come down to the earth for a brief Shavasana. Let your feet come in front of you first. Find your staff pose, your Dandasana, fingers out to the side. And then bring the arms up. Feel this line of energy connecting you, holding you, tethering you from crown to base. Slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Let your palms face up. Let your head tilt back. Nestle your shoulders so the space between the shoulder blades rests. Lift your hips and align your buttocks to hold your hip bones up. Let your tongue drop to the bottom half of your mouth. And see if you can surrender for 11 breaths. It's letting go of the work, letting go of the effort. Just knowing that being is enough. Connecting you from the inside out. Feel your feet, your ankles, your shin bones and calves, all illuminated in light. Kneecaps, thighs, pelvis, belly. Feel your backbones, the front of your ribs and shoulders. Feel your arm bones bathing in light. At the back of your throat, your ears, your face, your eyes and eyebrows soften. Let your forehead run smooth and let your brain and brain hemispheres be at ease. Just simply bathe in your own light that you have taken this time to cultivate. It's not outside, it's right inside of you. As you're ready, take a deep breath to breathe into your belly. And as you exhale, draw your knees to your chest and roll over to one side, letting your body guide you. Use the strength of your top hand and slowly rise to any comfortable seat, letting your head arrive last. Press your palms to your heart, bow your head, and feel this merging of opposites, this merging of duality that exists within us. We are dualistic beings. We don't have a life, we are a life. And that experience of feeling out of body is very much integral to feeling in our body. So we bow down to the infinite wisdom that when we listen very, very closely and we close the eyes, we can hear the whispers of our own heart. So thank yourself for showing up for your practice. Hari Om, Om Tat Sat. Namaste. Let's make a fist with the right hand. Cover it with your left, little reground. Lean forward as you feel a subtle lift of your pelvic floor. And then come straight back up, feeling your center rooted.